at Jehovah's table. Stay in Jehovah's organization. Stay in the middle of the organization. Because that's where Jehovah's protection is. If you leave the organization, you're not going to have Jehovah's protection. You're going to lose your damn mind if you leave the organization. I heard it my whole life growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. My whole life. And it scared me. It scared me. For real, for real. Any given Jehovah's Witness is quick to talk about how worse a person's life is because they've been disfellowshipped or they no longer go to the meetings, they're inactive, whatever. Oh, how they was attacked by the demon. Oh, they went out there and had 22 kids. They lost their house, they got in a car accident, then they died. You know why? They should have stayed in the truth. They should have stayed in the organization. Another scare tactic by good old evil stepdaddy Watchtower. This is what I've seen. It ain't no such thing as Jehovah's protection. Even in the truth, even doing things for Jehovah, you don't have Jehovah's protection. Which, by the way, right now, if you go on JW.org, at least when I went on there earlier today, of course, their feature article on their homepage is about protesting. Y'all know I'm in Atlanta. They protested the hell out of Atlanta, okay? That's all I'm going to say. In fact, we have a curfew imposed on us. Woo! I got to get back home. Look, it's two places I'm never going to voluntarily go back to. The Kingdom Hall and jail. I ain't never been in jail. I don't know why I said go back, but I ain't never been locked up. Look, some things y'all just don't need to know right now, okay? Anyway, so basically, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you do not protest. Why? Because Jehovah's Witnesses say, well, God's kingdom is the only solution for mankind's problem. Here's the thing. When you look at that article, it gives examples of various protests that were successful, like the objected outcome was reached, right? But then goes back and says, but protests largely don't work. And this is how I look at it now. How many times has God's kingdom did anything beneficial for humans on earth right now? How many? Name one thing God's kingdom did to help people right now. And I'm not talking about Bible knowledge and Bible principles, because those help everybody, even people who aren't Jehovah's Witnesses. That ties back in with Jehovah's protection. Oh, we get Jehovah's protection how? It's damn sure ain't physical. It's a spiritual protection. A spiritual protection. That's like paying your landlord with Monopoly money. That money might be valuable when you playing Monopoly, but it don't really count in real life. That's how God's kingdom is, and God's protection, Jehovah's protection. It's like, yeah, that sounds good when you in the Kingdom Hall. Yeah, that sounds like that's reasonable, but in the real world, no physical protection. What good is protection if it ain't physical? I'm a physical being. I want physical protection. Why do people buy guns? Why do people lock their doors? Why do people wear seatbelts? Why are people wearing these ugly masks? We want protection, physical protection. That's what humans need. God is the most magnificent, intelligent being in all of creation. He don't know that? Oh, but God don't provide that kind of protection no more. Why? Theoretically speaking, we need God's protection now more than ever. And now he go ghost. Watchtower runs with that because they keep people tied into this hope for the future. But people are dying now. Where is Jehovah's protection? What is this protection? Protection from what? COVID-19? Why Jehovah's Witnesses dying from that? What physical protection? Where is this protection of Jehovah when kids are being molested and Watchtower ain't doing nothing about it? Getting their ankles bit up in field service. I had a couple of dogs come after me in field service, and you know what? I did not see no angel stop that dog from going in on my ankles. Where was the protection? And I was doing the Lord's work. I'm not saying no one should take practical steps. All I'm saying is you don't have to be a slave of Watchtower to get protection. Jehovah's protection is always after you do something smart. Do you see how that works? Check this out. It's dope. I fucking love it. I mean, I freaking love it. I haven't protested yet. Let me go ahead and knock that out. We're gonna get back to this bullshit protection from Jehovah. Jehovah, if you real and you really gonna destroy the earth, please forgive me. I'm just talking from my heart. God, I'm just frustrated. You understand my heart. I just want to put that out there. Just in case all this shit is for real. I was just playing, Jehovah. I was just playing. It ain't real though. But anyway, I'm doing the Lord's work. We didn't have protection on field service. Well, he protects us physically if we obey Bible principles. But again, that applies to everybody. Oh, if you leave Jehovah's organization, you ain't gonna have Jehovah's protection. Tell me an example of when we had Jehovah's protection when we was in the organization. When? Like I said, even when you doing things like going on field service, going to the conventions, oh, be careful going into the conventions, travel in groups, let your overseer know where you at. Even when you're doing things for Jehovah, you don't have protection. You don't. Jehovah's Witnesses could be quick to tell you, share with you that scripture that be like, oh, they was past all moral sense. I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna stop claiming I know where it's at because I'm so far removed from where scriptures are. But I think it's in Corinthians. Past all moral sense, they gave themselves up to loose conduct and something. Past all moral sense. That's how you're gonna be if you leave the organization. Past all moral sense. That's not true. And what some people will judge as questionable behavior, maybe to that individual is not questionable. Maybe the person who left the organization is just finally living their life as a regular person. Everything is so overwhelming when you first leave. Everything. When you realize you've been bamboozled, this freedom you have is like, it falls down on you. And it hits you when you start to think, I can really do anything I want to do. Like, I'm a free person. Wow. And so there's so much you want to try. There's so much you want to do. I know for me, it's so much I want to do, and I'm going to do them, all of them. I'm going to say this, okay? I want to protest. I'm so used to not being involved with my community. It feels like such an overwhelming, because raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you do not get involved with protests. And this is something I want to be a part of, and I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling because I'm trying to combat everything I was taught. And the other part of me is like, no, I feel like this is a right thing to do because it's something that I can do. I can march with my people in my city. Watchtower desensitized us. We block out the world as if we don't live in it, as if it doesn't matter, as if we're not affected. How can you not care? I am in Atlanta, so... Okay, let me stop because he cute and he in a nice car. Okay, I'm gonna look. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, my God. I'm about to be in for trouble if he keep looking at me in that nice car. Oh, my God. Bumping something. I'm not a rapper. The reason why people think they have this false sense of security when they went to Jehovah's Witnesses, that's that alarm. That's that curfew alarm. Telling y'all, man, they locking people up. They better get to the house. I ain't going to jail. And then the article was saying stuff like we shouldn't feel God is obligated to protect us. Oh, but we obligated to do all this stuff for Jehovah. We obligated to do everything for Jehovah. Give up our life, give up our pursuit of happiness, our own intellectual ability, our own right to choose. We have to give up all of that for Watchtower, for Jehovah. We have to give up everything, but we should not expect that God is obligated to act in our behalf. And even with Watchtower's own definition of what that is, spiritual protection means that, we are protected from false doctrines of Christendom. And we know the truth about God, who he is, his son, la 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 la. Okay. So where was Jehovah's spiritual protection when Watchtower got all them dates wrong? What? Where was Jehovah's spiritual protection when they was writing all them books that have been discontinued and that they told the friends to get rid of? Oh, it wasn't no spiritual protection then. Again, I don't see it exist. Oh, Jehovah has a clean people. That's how we know Jehovah's protect us. No, you got a bunch of people who don't engage in risky behavior. That's it. Why don't they engage in risky behavior? Because they believe it's going to bring Jehovah's displeasure. But what about people who don't engage in risky behavior, who don't worship Jehovah? What about them folks? Are they getting Jehovah's protection as well? Or is it just common sense that if you do good things, generally speaking, good things happen to you? Is it common sense to know that if you engage in risky behavior, you're probably going to face some negative consequences? There is no supernatural protection when you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And Watchtower will give you that illusion. And at the same time tell you, don't expect no miracle. God is not about to protect you. If somebody pull a gun out on you in field service and blow your brains out, guess what, boo-boo? God ain't about to make your brain bulletproof. You dead. Oh, but the angels watch over the work. How do you know? They don't do nothing. And you can't see them. It don't make no sense, y'all. You're naive if you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses, like I was, still am. To a large degree, I'm so naive to what the hell is going on in this world. And it's like, I'm a grown woman, but sometimes in situations, it's like I'm a 6, 7, 8-year-old little girl. I'm a little kid, just don't know better. You know what I'm saying? That type of protection from Jehovah is not really protecting you from anything. I used to think if I ever left Jehovah, I would just lose my mind. Demons was gonna attack me. I was just gonna turn into this floozy, and my life was just gonna go crazy. I wouldn't know my left from my right. I was just gonna be a mental case and all of that. Like, I really believe that, because that's what we were told our whole life. If you leave Jehovah, you leave his protection, you open yourself up to Satan. You open yourself up to Satan. Like somebody laying down, spreading. I ain't opening up to nothing, okay? I ain't opening up to Satan or none of that just because I don't want to go to no Kingdom Hall. In fact, I feel more protected and guided now than when I was in the truth or when I was in the organization. Cause y'all get on the sister for saying the truth. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, is it a coincidence that when we put forth effort, we as humans, we put forth the effort, we put in the time, we put in the hard work, and then good things happen? And then allow Watchtower to keep scaring us into believing that if we don't go to the Kingdom Hall, we can't expect that same result? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because it has nothing to do with divine protection. You aren't getting divine protection. We never got divine protection. Jehovah's protection. Jehovah gonna give you protection, but he can't stop your tire from getting the flat on the way to the field service group. Oh, that was Satan that gave you a puncture. So you telling me the angels ain't strong enough to prevent a flat tire? You telling me an angel is watching over my preaching and teaching activity, but he couldn't dust that nail out the road so I wouldn't get a flat tire with the friends in my car? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all out there teaching and protecting. It wouldn't take nothing for an angel to, blow a nail out the middle of the road. But they don't do that. We got Jehovah's protection, but if we go to a garage sale and pick up an item that may have been possessed by demons or owned by somebody who do that type of weird stuff, oh, the demon's gonna come in our house now. Well, where is the protection? Why should we not expect to be protected by things like that? Jehovah God is the most powerful being in the whole world. The angels, one angel could kill 185, who was it, the Assyrians or Syrians soldiers? 185,000 vicious soldiers in one night, but can't stop a demon that got stuck in a bookshelf I bought from a garage sale? Are you serious? Oh, Jehovah is blessing the work. Just because Watchtower will gonna spend that money, and instead of them telling the truth, which is, it's not Jehovah that's giving them, it's not protection, it's not divine intervention and blessings. They taking your money and buying them buildings and starting them programs. That's what that come from. That ain't got nothing to do with, oh, Jehovah's blessing our work. No, they blessing themselves with your donations. They blessing themselves to them first class tickets. They blessing themselves with that fancy jewelry and them fancy suits and them fancy studios. They blessing themselves with them nice meals and those nice lodgings and those nice vacations. The governing body blessing themselves with your money. Okay? Your money. That ain't got nothing to do with God blessing their effort. That's just them being good businessmen. And then they get to buy themselves nice things, and you still over there broke, driving in the hoopty, wondering why Jehovah ain't blessed you yet. Why Jehovah ain't protected your bank account. Because it's riding on empty right now. Exactly. Think about it. All those blessings from God you got, you worked for that. Give me a break. Watchtower has distorted our view of what divine protection is. And even Watchtower's own explanation of divine protection is bullshit. Even Watchtower don't protect you. And they supposed to be God's representative. Watchtower do not protect its people. Watchtower will throw you under the bus. Watchtower not even gonna help Freddie offset the cost of a damn Pioneer lunch. Watchtower ain't cutting no checks. Watchtower ain't speaking on nobody else's behalf except Watchtower. Watchtower gonna protect theyself though with all them lawyers. Watchtower gonna protect theyself with all them corporations and all those shell companies they using. That show you how much Jehovah's protection is real. If Jehovah's protection was that real, Watchtower would not go through those extenuating efforts to protect themselves. The fact that you live in fear every day means God is not protecting you like that. And just because you up there in the Kingdom Hall looking like a goddamn fool or standing up next to a cart looking like an upgraded homeless person don't mean God protecting you then either. You know God isn't. You know he isn't. If God was protecting all of that, we would have not been so fearful as Jehovah's Witnesses. All we were scared all the time. Either the tribulation gonna come, either somebody gonna persecute us, either Satan gonna attack us. It was always something to be afraid of. You serve the most powerful God in the world, but you afraid every day. But then when you go to the Kingdom Hall, the story is, yeah, this is the most protection you gonna get. Jehovah protects people in his organization, and that's why we stay at Jehovah's table. Because we don't want to leave ourselves open to Satan and his influence. And we don't want to leave ourselves open to the world. Because the world hates us. The world hates us. The world don't give a flip about no Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? The world ain't worried about you. The world ain't worried about no Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't care. Yeah, they act like it's a group of people that be outside just be like tapping their foot with their arms crossed like, yep, I'm waiting for me a Jehovah's Witness. I'ma F them up. Ain't nobody worried about no Jehovah's Witnesses. Watchtower make you so scared of the world, like everybody just waiting for you to leave the Kingdom Hall so they can pounce on you. It don't work like that. Don't leave Jehovah's protection, Jehovah's blessings. Blessings? I ain't never got a blessing that I didn't have to work for. That's all I'm saying. It's just natural. We want to feel like we're protected. And I mean, that's why I understand the protests. We have these agencies in place that say they're here to protect us. And a lot of black people for a long time have not felt that level of protection that's afforded other citizens of the same country. And people are frustrated and fed up. And people do things out of anger. And anger is a justified emotion. Everyone feels angry at some point in their life. That's just being human. I couldn't say anything about it being one of Jehovah's Witnesses. That is not appropriate. With all the protests going on, police brutality, you ain't talking about that issue, frankly. If you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses with somebody else, you're not. You force yourself to pretend like these are not real issues. You force yourself to pretend like you aren't hurt. You force yourself to pretend like you don't want to be a part of progress. You force yourself to pretend like it's okay for you to sit there and do nothing or say nothing, and that you can't even feel anything. Okay, fine. Everyone's not going to go out and protest, because I think everyone has a different calling. Everyone has a different disposition of what they are inclined to do. Everyone ain't going to go out there and protest. That ain't for everybody, and that's fine. But to be told you can't even feel any kind of way about it, you can't feel bad for the victims or nothing. You just have to keep your eyes on the future. You got to keep your eyes on the kingdom hope. You got to keep your eyes on fulfilling this preaching and teaching work and finding these sheep like ones. You got to keep your mind focused on the everlasting good news of God's salvation through his messianic kingdom. That's what you got to worry about. Don't worry about what's happening up the street from where you live. They straight up tried to make us into robots. Well, that means the obligation of protecting myself falls back on me. And part of me protecting myself is holding the agencies that are here, that are designed to protect me, holding them accountable for their actions when their actions go contrary to what they claim they're trying to do. So yeah, it is upsetting. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Where's Jehovah's protection? Get your butt locked up like Joseph did. Was it Joseph that got locked up for all them years? He ain't even do nothing. He ain't even do nothing. All them years he was locked up by his own brothers, who also worship Jehovah. Ooh, wait! Stop believing in invisible things. There are a lot of invisible things that exist. I know some smarty pants. Oh, well, what about gravity? What? Yeah. You know why I believe in gravity? Because I done seen things fall off of other things to the ground. So I'm, oh, that must be gravity. I dropped my phone. Damn that gravity. So I know gravity exists. Gravity proves it exists every single day. All I'm asking is for one instance of proof that Jehovah was protecting anybody in modern times. Because I can't verify anything in the Bible. People who study the Bible can't verify things in the Bible. Even as EXJWs, I want to hear it. If you genuinely feel like, okay, God protected me with this thing that happened or didn't happen, leave it in the comments. I want to know, because I had moments too. A lot of that boils down to just straight up common sense. Okay? Anyway, I can keep going on. I'm not. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I love your comments. Thank you guys for your support. Y'all be safe out there. Use common sense. Don't be an idiot. Don't let your emotions run away from you. Please be safe, guys. Please support your fellow humans, okay? We're all people. Let's unite. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are, what you've been through, how you was raised, black, white. It doesn't matter at all. We're all people. We're all in this together, all of us. And I'm proud. I want to say for the record, my city, Atlanta, oh, I'm so proud of y'all. God damn, Atlanta is just doing the damn thing. I love it. Blacks, whites, everybody, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. I couldn't be more proud to say I live in the ATL. God damn, I love you, Atlanta. And to all the world, all of my brothers and sisters across the world, everybody that's trying to just live a good life and not hurt nobody else and mind their business, you my brother and sister. Do you understand that? Whatever you doing, please support your brothers and sisters. Like, share, and subscribe on my channel if you so want to. And until next time, peace.